Praise the Lord. I think I'm live. I believe I am live. 5 minutes early, going to give people time to get in here. Make sure that this is functioning properly. Uh, Pastor Raymond Ramos, We Fellowship Online. We Fellowship. Praise God. New ministry, online church. We're everywhere with everyone. I'm excited. The launch is will be announced soon, but not launching yet. Playing with the format, trying different platforms, software, cameras, lighting. No makeup. No makeup. We live. Praise the Lord. Yes. Hi, Pastor Raymond. We here. All right. I got my glasses on, button shirt. Come on, smiling, comb my hair. We're doing big things. Excited about We Fellowship. Gonna do. All right. It's working. This is my first time. If it works out good, we'll be doing it some more. We work hard to build a website and to find a platform that works. This is live from my most comfortable spot. This is my spot, my living room. You might hear the dog bark. The police might start going crazy in a minute. I'm in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. I don't think you get any no gunshots. That could go off. Anything can happen. This is live from my home. Uh, the phone is ringing. I told you. We are live. Praise the Lord. All right. 3 more minutes, letting people get in. I think we're live on YouTube at the same time simultaneously. We're live on WeFellowship.online, and we are on Facebook, We Fellowship the group. So, all right. I'm gonna have to text that gentleman because we're trying to get somebody in a detox, get them off the street. So I'm gonna text him and let him know that we're good to go. Got it. So, all right, this is live as live can be. 2 more minutes. Properly, somebody give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me properly. Let me know if you give me a thumbs up. You say yes. I hear you, Pastor Ray. There's a lot. Interesting. 2 more minutes. Chat is ready. Good. Lord. One more minute. All right. I think I'm gonna start 12:59. Just 1 more minute. I see a couple people saying hello. Sounds good. Thank you. Sound good in and out. Sound good in and out. What that means. All right. I hope you can hear me well. We're getting ready to start. I gotta end at 1:30. I gotta end at 1:30. It's 1 o'clock. So let me get into it. Pastor Raymond Ramos. We Fellowship Online. New church, new ministry, exciting. We haven't launched yet. We're preparing for a launch. We got a Facebook group, we got a website, YouTube. We have several things going on, playing with different platforms. We had Good Friday. We had a communion service worldwide. And then we had Easter services just to go as. And so now, starting next Sunday at 1 p.m., every Sunday we fellowship. 1 p.m. we fellowship. There are a lot of people know me from Recovery Gospel. God's worship continues to exist and is growing, and we're grateful for all that God's doing. So we fellowship will be 1 p.m. every Sunday. Some other Bible studies and other ministry opportunities and other learning activities and other discipleship forums to be established throughout the weeks. And so every Sunday, it's 1 p.m., we're going to be here. WeFellowship.online is our website, with YouTube page, Instagram, all that. So today, I want to introduce to you a discussion topic type of deal. We're starting a relationship series. Every year we'll do a relationship series. Um, this year we're calling the relationship series Relationship Rehab 2020. So relationship rehab. So there might be relationship 2021. We're not sure right now. Relationship 2020. And so I'm going to be talking about issues about relationships. Um, a lot of it, most of it will be romantic relationships, intimate relationships. I'm from the inner city of New York, so you might be watching me from some other place, culture. Please don't be offended by. I'm in New York City. We fellowship about worshiping everywhere with everyone, different cultures, different contexts, different countries, different cities, different all types of doctrinal secondary stuff. We're all Christian, but some people like to do things a little differently. We don't care about secondary issues. We want to worship with everyone. We want to tear down the walls that religion has put up. We want to break down the worship and glorify Jesus Christ as King and Lord. He is worthy to be worshipped, worthy to be praised. And we want to do that, and we want to stop all the trauma that's unnecessary, all the egotistical, self-righteous, doctrinal pride. Doctrine is very important, and we're going to address doctrine that you got to guard your doctrine all your life. Important. But we want to tear down any unnecessary barriers. So I might say some things in this relationship series that might be a little bit offensive in your context, in your culture. Please forgive me. If you're a Christian, you've been forgiven. Forgive me, and I will promise that I will work on forgiving you for sure. All right. Okay. Um, Here's a couple things that I want to say. Sounding good in and out sounds good. The sound is going in and out. Okay, the sound is going in and out. I am very sorry about that. What happened? Okay. All right. So we're gonna try to give it a go. We'll see what happens. I can go online on my phone. We'll see how this goes. But if you're not hearing me well, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time. So I will transition on my phone if this doesn't go well. Okay. So relationship workshop, relationship rehab. We're going to be talking about the relationship series. In every wedding that I do, I talk about who instituted marriage, right? It's part of the wedding ceremony. I talk about who instituted marriage, and I let everybody know it was God that instituted marriage. It was God that instituted marriage, um, and so process is found in Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. It's the first time, and if I was preaching, it's the first time that God says it is not good. Everything is good, everything is good, everything is good, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. He did it on the wood for the first, all that. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. The first time that God said it is not good is Genesis 2:18, where he institutes marriage. So let me try to get on. What happened? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get off of this and get on my phone to see if you guys can hear me clearly. It don't make no sense if I'm. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me, and that'll be cool. So I'm gonna get on my phone. All right, get off of my computer. See how it works. All right. So I'm going live from my phone now. Um, Hopefully that'll be better for you guys. That'll work out. And maybe this is better. I think I'm gonna get here. Something else. Retry. All right. Let's see. If this doesn't work, please apologize. I apologize. First time I'm doing this. I'm trying to make it go. All right. Can you hear me? I'm on the phone right now. I'm on the phone. I don't know if you can hear me. Um, All right, so cool. I hope you can hear me. Megan is live on We Fellowship. We Fellowship online. Great. Can you hear me? Can you hear me good? Is it better with the phone? Let me know, please. All right. So I hope you can hear me. Praise the Lord. Um, my name is Pastor Raymond Ramos. I was talking about instituting marriage. All right. In every wedding that I do, I did a wedding on TV. I did a wedding all over the world. I've done weddings. And so in every wedding, I tell people that it was God that instituted marriage. God instituted marriage, right? I tell people that in Genesis chapter 2:18, God says it is not good for man to be alone. And that's a hope shot for any single person that feels lonely, that feels like they want to be married, that feels like where's my husband, where's my wife, right? It, God said it is not good for man to be alone. So that means, and he says, I'm going to give him help. I'm going to hook him up. And if you know the story, he, God blesses my man Adam with Eve. All right. You know what they call a woman? You're going to teach you some theology real quick. You know what they call a woman? Because out of nowhere, one day, Adam woke up and he saw Eve and he said, whoa, man. All right. So I just told you something. Don't forget that. That's why they call a woman. All right. So anyway, so Eve was God's provision to Adam. All right. So God loved Adam. He blessed Adam. God said it's not good for Adam to be alone. And he blessed Adam with Eve. So that means if you out there and you single, right, and now of course you got to be doing things. God, we're going to talk about the whole thing. You got to be in the right place, in the right position, in the right posture. I gave you three P's right there: place, position, posture, so that God can give you your Eve, your provision, your rib, your husband, your wife, whatever. If you're single, if you're not in the right place, if you're not in the right posture, if you're not in the right position, how can you expect to be blessed, right? Just stay with me. We're gonna talk about the whole relationship rehab series. A lot of people are messed up. If you're like me, I didn't have the model. I didn't have the model in place for myself, and that's okay because no matter how messed up your background is, no matter how messed up your family upbringing is, I got a lot of my friends who've been adopted. No matter where you come from, all that is redeemable. You can learn a lot from your own pain. All right, pain is purposeful. All right, now I didn't have a model. I didn't have a good model. I had a mother who loved me. God bless her. She wanted to be with the Lord. And it's not about blaming nobody. It's about my reality, whatever your reality is. I didn't have a proper model. I didn't have a biblical model. So I have a worldly model. I have a culture. I'm Puerto Rican. I have a Puerto Rican cultural model. Sometimes culture can mess you up relationally. Sometimes your family system can mess you up relationally. And so what happens is a lot of people make a lot of messed up decisions. Everybody, everywhere is usually at a particular place in life as an adult based on a lot of their own choices, your own decisions that you've made. You probably made a lot of decisions based on whatever information you had, whatever you could do. And if you're like me and you come where I come from, I didn't have a biblical foundation. I didn't have a biblical worldview. I wasn't spirit filled. I didn't have Jesus Christ in my life. I was working with whatever I had to work with. I was working with my street knowledge. I was working with my cultural knowledge. I was working with my machismo knowledge. I was working with a lot of lies from the devil. All right. So I didn't know how to have a successful, happy, lasting love of a lifetime type of deal. You know what I mean? I had the opposite. I was running around. I was running around. So anyway, so I didn't have the model. I didn't know how, what is love? What is love? That's the whole. We're gonna talk about love. What is love? I'm thinking about keeps coming to my head, and I want to be real. I don't want to be fake. I'm live. I want to be real. This is who I am. Don't judge me because I might sin differently than you, and I won't judge you because you sin differently than me. Let's all have the grace of God upon our lives. If we got to call each other out, we call each other out. If I say something that's unnecessary, inappropriate, shoot me an email, shoot me an inbox. Don't. Well, I'll process it. But so anyway, I think about this song. There's this show that me and my family watch, and then the song sings, "What is love?" What is love? And I think about Mary J. Blige. Eileen's one of Eileen's favorite. My daughter Eileen, one of her favorite artists. I'm looking for a real love, and so my context is not a Christian church life context. My context of growing up is obviously a world R&B, Hollywood dating type of what you see on TV and what I saw in the movies and what I saw in my home, in my streets. So anyway, so what is love? We're going to talk about what is love, right? And so what is intimacy? And what is a healthy relationship? And I'm speaking very simple terms. Obviously, if I'm a pastor, I'm telling you that if you ain't right with God, right, which is every sermon, if you're not right with God, if you don't know Jesus Christ, if you don't have, then how are you going to be right with anybody else, right? Well, one of these that I'm going to share throughout our lifetime together on relationships. If the person you're trying to get to love you, or the person that you're dating, or the person that you know, if they don't love God for whatever reason, if they're not loving God, if they're not serving God, if they're not, you know, the God that's giving them the breath of life, if they can't love that God for whatever reason, there's a lot of reasons people got issues with God, and I like to be very sensitive to that. But the point is, if we're all different phases, different things, different stuff going on, a lot of us. If I'm coming from Brooklyn, New York, I'm coming from a people that messed up a lot. All right, I don't know anybody in my family who got married a virgin. You understand? I come from a dysfunctional, a demon possessed and drenched in sin, background. Okay, now I'm not saying nobody has ever done it. I can't tell you honestly that one person. I'm praying that one person will do it now, but I can't tell you that anybody in my family background, not myself, has married as a virgin. So that's the context I'm coming from. So what is love? What is intimacy? Uh, um, how does it work? I've been married 22 years. How do you do that? Right? Obviously by the grace of God. But one of the things I had a conversation with my wife a long time ago. Facebook Live isn't working good. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, go to we fellowship dot online, or go to the YouTube channel. If you're in a group and it's not working good, I'm so sorry. We'll try to work out the kinks. All right, but go to we fellowship dot online and watch it there, or check out the We Fellowship YouTube channel. All right, I'm sorry if Facebook is not working good. The team worked really hard, and I'm probably doing something wrong, and I apologize because they worked really hard to get this right. And I got issues. Okay, so the team, please forgive me, team. I just talk about everybody, so forgive me if I say something inappropriately. Team, if I messed something up here, I apologize. I know that you guys worked really hard. They tried it; it was working. So I did something wrong. It's on me. Okay, now check it out. All right. We want to talk about everybody is looking for love. Everybody. I happen to be a person in 12-step recovery. I founded the Recovery House of Worship Church and the movement, which is different ministry. But I deal with people who have issues, and I come from. We look at our past and the lies that the devil has told us since we were children, and then the devil speaks his foreign tongue. He lies. He's the father of lies, and so I deal with people who are very broken, got a lot of issues, been hurt badly, and they've never been through a healing process. They need God to heal them, right? If I'm broken, how am I going to have a healthy relationship? I need healing. I need restoration. I need renewing, which is one of the biggest things. Is that if the person don't love God, how are they going to love you? If you don't love God, if you're not right with God, right? Horizontal versus vertical versus horizontal. You get what I'm saying to you? If this relationship is not right, then all these other ones are not going to be right. And we're going to process that because it's easy these are easy things to say. How do you live them? How do you practice things in day-to-day affairs? You understand? And so we're going to talk about effective communication. Effective communication. I didn't know how to. When I'm and I want to say argument because that's how I have conversations, right? I don't know how to have a dialogue, a monologue. I know how to. I'm waiting to prove my point. I'm waiting to use the wrong word. I'm waiting. I had to learn how to listen. I didn't know how to listen. Somebody had to point out to me that the same letters that in the word listen are in the word silent, and that if I was going to listen, I had to get silent. And so we're going to talk about effective communication. One of the biggest issues with married couples is conflict resolution, right? We allow stuff to escalate and escalate and escalate. And then people want to catch a body and people want to get divorced and people are mad for a week. And then when you ask them what happened, they don't even remember what happened. It escalated to the point where they forgot what the initial issue was. The initial issue was, right? And they're infuriated. And so we're going to talk about effective communication. We're going to talk about conflict resolution. We'll talk about what is love, what is real love, right? I got a pet peeve, but I want to be sensitive again, contextually. People talk about falling in love. We're going to process that falling in love. I tell someone, I don't want to fall nowhere, right? The word falling is not has negative connotations. When you fall, you get hurt. When you fall, you scrape your knee. When you fall, you break something. I don't want to fall. But we talk in New York City in America about falling in love, right? And what's that like? And we've heard stories. I see the TV. They look at each other and they from the other across the room and they say do 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 do, and they fall in love and they live happily ever after. And that didn't happen to me in Brooklyn, New York. I did the same thing, across the room, and I went to jail a couple of months later. You know what I mean? So how does that really work? How does that really work? Where you can grow in love? I like growing in love. I deal with people. I'll talk about this in one of the parts of the series. They say I get this a lot. I do relationship coaching, and I deal with this, and I do marital counseling, and I do all types of different things that I do. And this is one of the things I hear a lot in England, in Spain, in America, and all over. I hear this. I get couples come in, and one of them says, "I love him, but I'm no longer in love with him." Or he'll tell the man will say, that I love her, but I'm no longer in love with her. I'm not in love. And I was talking to one of my sponsors, a friend of mine, about this in love, loving, but not. So I gotta grow in love, and we're gonna talk about what that looks like. Growing in love. There's phases. There's levels. So I think about when I think about there's levels to this. I think about my friend Vinny who gave a testimony at our church conference, and he got too excited. Vinny Marchese, I love you. He said, "There's levels to this stuff, man. There's levels." And so there's levels of love. There's levels of intimacy. What is the most profound? What is the most profound aspect or level of intimacy? Right? That we differ. We might differ in our answers. What's the most profound? You see the gunshots. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm telling you, that's a car. That's a car. Relax. I got 12 minutes. All right. So we're gonna talk about all this and more. All this and more. When I was on my laptop, I could see what people are texting, what people are saying. Raymond, another 30 minutes ago. Yeah, I wish. Yes, yes, I wish. I ain't got another. So I don't know. I'm trying to read what people are saying. Um, Lou, if you could text me my 607 number, Lou, any questions that people are asking that I might be able to, my 607 number, Lou, and 607-643-9165. All right, Megan and Louisa. All right, so check it out. So we're going to be talking about this relationship. And I called it rehab because we need to heal. We need to renew. We want to get to a place of health, right? Even if you're married, well, I want to help you grow in your level of intimacy. I want to help you grow. I want you to experience a love that lasts a lifetime. That's my goal. I've been married 22 years. I'm still young. We got another 30 years to go. You understand? I want to rock. I want to roll for 30 years. I want to love my wife in ways we never imagined that I could love her. I want her to love me. And so that don't happen because you just pray. Prayer is powerful, but but we got to participate in that. I got to do some things. You understand? I got to go to restaurants I don't like necessarily, and I got to make believe I love them. You know what I mean? And she got to watch football and act like she's enjoying herself when she could probably, you know. So that we got to compromise. We got to give up what's negotiable, what's non-negotiable. What's the foundation, which is the most important question? What's the foundation to a healthy, loving, vibrant marriage that's growing in love and stays together and experiences all these? What's the foundation is the big. In construction, the foundation will determine how high you can build. So we're going to talk about the foundation of all this, right? And the cornerstone is Christ. But what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, how does that, if that's the case, then why so many Christians have not made it or did not make it or whatever? There used to be a saying that 50% of married couples in America were getting divorced. That's not the case anymore. All right. It's not the case anymore. But there's a lot of divorces still. A lot of my friends got married and no longer married, right? In New York City, in New York, in Brooklyn. I didn't get married to get a divorce. You understand? But I got flesh. My wife got flesh. The devil is real. Spiritual warfare. You know, if you don't grow together, you grow apart, right? There's things that just naturally you got to work together against the wiles of the enemy, the snares of the fowler. You got to stand on the same foundation. You got to pay by the same. It takes work. It takes work. I remember I was doing couples group or relationship group thing that I do, it was like a plant. I said, you know, a relationship is like a plant. You know what I mean? And if you don't water it, and if you don't take care of it, if you don't give it sunlight, if you know, then it's gonna die. And you know that the plant needs to be rooted in something, right? Rooted. And so we're gonna be talking about all this stuff. Part of this thing was I wanted to answer questions live in real time, but I don't know exactly how to do that from my phone. I apologize for the team who did all this work. They did all this you know, they prepared me good, and I did something wrong. That's okay. As a Christian, when they go low, you got to go high. All right. Remember that. That's a hit right there. I just dropped a jewel. When they go low, you go high. You take the high road. All right. And so we're going to talk about forgiveness in this process. Um, to be married 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, to be married for a lifetime, you got to forgive somebody a million times, if not more. You got to be able to forgive them. Forgive them. You got to forgive. What is forgiveness? How do you do that? Because a lot of people, they can't communicate. Their intimacy has been ravaged and sabotaged by resentments. They resent each other. I was counseling a couple, and this is my context. Nobody get offended, but the lady said that she hates the way her husband breathes. Right? That doesn't happen overnight. That happens over resentment and bitterness, and your love tank is on E for too long, and you feel taken for granted, and you feel neglected, and you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel valued, and you don't feel prioritized. That after a while, the devil can do a number on you where you hate the way your husband or wife breathes. Listen to that. That's pretty powerful. You know. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of this. I wish I could take Megan. Megan, no questions in the chat. Okay, no questions. Great. So I got questions in there. All right. You've made choices. I made horrible choices, man. I've made some horrible choices. You know, I'm married to my wife by the grace of God. That I wish I could say I chose her. I was no. You know, God blessed me with an incredible woman, an incredible. You know, I was just blessed. It's just not fair. It's not fair. People say, "How did you do that? How did?" It wasn't me. The grace of God carried me through, and then I had to participate in the process. But if it was left to my own devices, I would have messed it up. In fact, I tried to mess it up several times. You understand what I'm saying to you? The flesh is not your friend. And so God's grace has given me, blessed me with I got my Eve. You know, she walked in the room, so I got to be easy. I got my Eve. I got blessed by the best. So I'm praying for the rest. You know what I mean? And so I'm so grateful. So we're going to be talking about relationship. I'm going to talk to you. You know, I mean, I'm being me and I'm being relational, and this is me and you talking. But I'm going to be preaching these sermons, giving you points and information. One of the saddest things, I know good people that try really hard, but they don't have biblical truth to build upon. Their source of truth is their Didi who've been divorced 3 times. You know what I mean? Or their grandmother who, you know, who's the matriarch of the family, the backbone of the family, but grandpa was a Rolling Stone. You know, and so the sources of our truth many times lack. It lacks substance. It lacks fidelity. Truth that lacks fidelity. Think, you know, that's a whole sermon. But I want to share with you the foundation. I want to share with you the cornerstone. I want to tell you what I've been doing. I'm a crazy guy from Brooklyn, New York. I was a dirty, filthy drug addict. You know, I was messed up. I mean, the miracle making power of God in my life I lived long enough to lose my hair. I lived long enough to wear glasses is a miracle. That I've been saved and that I'm serving the Lord is a miracle. That I'm married is a miracle. That I'm still married is a miracle. Miracle, miracle, miracle. But I learned a couple of things in my journey that I want to share with you. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm not here to tell you that I know how to do it perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes. If not for the grace of God, if not for an incredible woman of God, I wouldn't be married today. But God has blessed me. I've been blessed by the best. I'm telling you. And so I want to share with you some of my mistakes, some of my learning experiences. I want to be real. I worked with many, many couples all over the world, right? I want to share with you what I've learned without breaking anybody's confidentiality or anybody's anonymity, principles, storylines. I'll give you one for free because I got 5 minutes left. I'll give you an example that I'd share this with any single person again, in New York, in my context, in America. Because you might be in another country and your culture might be a little different. But in New York, people, I believe that when you meet somebody that is a potential candidate for, what we call courtship, right? You go into a process for marriage, right? We're Christians, we're Bible believing Christians, we love Jesus Christ, we want to honor God, we want to do things here. When you learn, first of all, what his way is, and that his way is the only way that's going to work, because obviously our way doesn't work. So I teach these people, you single people, if you're married, I help you fight it out, I help you work it out. Fight for yours, go all out for yours. I promise you it's worth it. Fight to win, don't fight to lose. Okay. And so, but one of the things that I tell single people is that when you meet somebody that's really a potential candidate, and I can find out how committed someone is in 5 minutes. I can find out how committed they are to God in 5 minutes. I can tell you that you might not like what I'm saying to you, but I can tell you. I don't know how. Let me bring it in general terms. Uh, uh, I don't know what you consider a productive member of society is. A productive member of society, but in my context, a productive member of society is someone who's financially responsible, someone who's an asset to their community, someone who has a legal. I got to say legal, who's legally, gainfully employed, has gainful income legally, right? I gotta say legally because I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and I know I shouldn't have to say that, but I'm just keeping it while I'm being honest. I'm being real. Legal income, right? Someone who's gainfully employed, someone who pays their bills. We're talking about a productive member of society. So there's questions that I can ask you, and based on your answers in 5 minutes, we can see how much of a productive member of society you are, or how much of a productive member of society I am. In 5 minutes, I can say, hey, how you doing? I met you on social media. I met you on Zoom. Hey, I'm We Fellowship. Yeah, how you doing? How often do you read your Bible? Do you read? Oh, I don't really read the Bible too much. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah. How often do you spend time in prayer? How well do you go? How often do you attend church? Oh, in 4 or 5 questions, we can both admit and confirm that, oh, wow, this person's not really pursuing spirituality. This person's not really pursuing a relationship with the Lord. This person's not really into their word. Now, not to judge them or to be critical, but I'm saying just make an assessment, right? So let me ask myself, how much do I pray? How often do I pray? You know, how often do I spend time in God's word? How often do I keep it, And so my point is that you can find out if someone's a real potential client. Client. I also work in the field of addiction, so I use the word client a lot. But who's a potential candidate for courtship? Do they know their word? Are they a member of a church? Are they involved in ministry? Are they generous with what they're blessed with? Their time, talent, and treasures, do they give back to the kingdom of God? There's 3 or 4 or 5 questions that you can ask. I got 1 minute. And you can determine, well, just right now, for whatever reason, in this stage of your life, it doesn't seem that you're very committed to the things of God. And based on that, I don't think I want to go on a date with you. Not because you're terrible, because I need to guard my heart. I know my value. I can't open myself up to just anybody. I can't give access to my heart to anyone because I'm too valuable. God died on a cross for me. He thinks the world of me. And I gotta be able to know my identity and not just give my body away or give my access to my heart away or give to anyone. So it's 1:30. I gotta go. I love you guys. Relationship Rehab is gonna be incredible. I got some great guest speakers coming from California and the UK and from New York and from Florida and from Massachusetts. I don't know, Massachusetts. I love you guys. Thank you for coming out with me for half an hour. Um, I'm sorry for messing this up to my team, but I hope that we got something out of it. Next week begins our relationship rehab series. 1 o'clock, we fellowship dot online every Sunday at 1 o'clock. We were doing a presentation. We're gonna keep it short, sweet, and powerful. I wish I could do another short, sweet, and super. All right, three S's. I love you guys, Pastor Raymond Ramos, for the Aha family who jumped on We Fellowship. I will see you at 5. The gospel is not under quarantine. Live. I love you. God bless you. And I don't know. I'm gonna end this thing.